Hi guys, how are you all today morning? Good morning. In this verse of Ashtavakra Gita, Raja Janaka says, in this limitless ocean of myself, or this the self, several worlds appear and abate and dissolve continuously. I am not perturbed. If you have seen an ocean or a river carefully, you will find that waves after waves after waves keep rising in the river, staying for some time, and then getting dissolved into the river continuously, non stop, 24/7 on without any rest or uh, stop. It is a continuous process instead of any timing that waves will rise between 9 and 6 and so on. They keep rising, staying for some time, then abating and dissolving into the ocean. This does not perturb the ocean. It remains calm. That is what Raja Janaka also says about the self. He is comparing the self as the limitless ocean. Here, Raja Janaka has become a part of the self. So he says, in my limitless, shoreless ocean of the self, worlds keep coming, staying, and abating and dissolving into me continuously. I am not perturbed. You may appreciate that every second someone is born in this world and someone dies in this world. This has been happening for times immemorial. It is never stopping or taking any rest. A person who has died in a particular moment has lived his or her life, and his or her universe has abated and dissolved into the ocean. On the other hand, the person who was born now is starting his universe of this birth, his or her birth. The action for this particular living entity is only about to begin. As one famous director said, we all end up as photographs on the wall. So, every living entity who was born, who came up in this world, has to go one day. It is the period in between that matters. A very famous gangster in India commented, "We all come from the gutter. All criminals and hoods and hoodlums, etc., come from the gutter, like worms. Some crawl into the earth for some time, while the others are not able to make it and they die and fall into the gutter. Because it is the underworld, so death here is often violent. It is only the lucky few who survive. In this case, this birth and this death in the underworld is not savory, whereas in the material world, in the goodness mode, any birth is welcome and there death is savored, it is welcomed. Because a person in goodness mode and divine mode, when he or she dies early, that means that his or her work is over and he or she is ready to go back to take up another assignment. Anyway, the fact remains that while it is the gutter in the underworld, it is the limitless ocean of the self in the material world and the universe. All living entities come up from the self and go back to the self. As it depends on the individual entity to realize this and become a part of the self and not identify himself or herself with this universe and this mind body complex. Raja Janaka did that and he got permanently dissolved into the self, never to come back. As long as we don't do that, we keep coming here and increasing our karma of destiny and karma. Hence, here it is advised that just like Raja Janaka, we living entities should also meditate, look within, talk to God, and get dissolved into the self after identifying our true identity as part of Brahman. As Swami Chinmayananda has already said, you cannot become Brahman because you are already Brahman. Once you become Brahman, once you start abiding in the self, you become a part of the self and hence you become a part of the shoreless ocean from which several other worlds keep appearing like waves and abating and dissolving like the helpless waves at the births and living entities who are going through the ordinary grind of mind-body complex. Please let me know what you think of my talk on this subject. If you sincerely believe that my talk has some meaning. Kindly subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon so that I can keep reminding you of my other videos. Till we meet in my next video, it is good day from TSV Raghavan.